Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Homemade thumb rest for bass guitar. So I got a piece of walnut. I first tried this out of ebony the other day. Didn't go well. Don't ever try to hold a piece of wood in your hand and drill with a hand drill. So my drill press of course has issues. It's only an 8" and I got a cross slide vise. So I could have done the holes absolutely perfect as far as alignment goes, but yeah, it didn't quite work out because the drill bits are too long. So I had to freehand it, but at least I can hold the piece steady while using the drill press, because the drill press ain't going to move anywhere. So at least the holes didn't go way all over the place or way too deep because I could set the depth. So just as a side note, if you want to try and make your own, yep. If you've got a bigger than an 8" drill press, then yep, put her into a cross slide vise, get your holes precision for, lining up 100%, and your depths are going to be your depths. You're going to have to set your depths. But I don't have any screws in this yet though. This is the thing. I'm still playing around with different positions until I find what I'm really comfortable with on this. Because that's the thing, is you can put a thumb rest anywhere you want on the bass, but it's also got to be comfortable for what you're doing for playing. So I figure, well, I'm not doing slap bass, but if I wanted to do a bit of a slap thing, I could kind of do that, no problem. I didn't like holding on to the pickup. It's kind of annoying, and it brings me too close to here. I wanted to be back further because that does change your sound. Right? So I can also get back here where it is now. Works. So I think I just got to lower it just a bit, but for now what I've held this on with is some really heavy duty, they say it's 5 pound, but yeah, it could have fooled me, but it's gel tight double-sided tape. You can get this stuff at dollar store. It's like red. Actually, I have the roll here someplace. There it is. And it comes in a roll like this. And it's pretty wide stuff, so you're going to have to just lay it on and then, cut around it, obviously, right? Make it look nice and pro-looking. So I'm thinking I may have to reprofile this a little tiny bit, just on the curve. But otherwise, it's good. So I shouldn't have to take it down much, if anything at all, really. I think it's just a matter of just lowering it down just a bit more. And right now I've got just a little over 1/4 inch away from the pickup itself, which seems to be pretty good. Because like I said, I can get at, going up to here, and I can get back here, so I've got enough length. I actually made this 2.5 inches in length instead of the normal 2" which is like something you'd get factory made, like out of rosewood or plastic, whatever, right? They're usually only 2 inches in length. I made mine 2.5 to give me a little bit more room so I can get back here, right? And that works. But I think the height's got to come down just a hair, just so I can get a little bit better at the bottom strings. And I think then that'll be perfect. And the distance seems to be pretty good too. But like I said, no screws yet because we got to find the final position. Once I do find the final position where I like the angle and everything else, then I'll put the screws in while it's on here, so this way it doesn't pop up my paint on me on the guitar when I put the screws down. And then I can just kind of take them out and then remove the sticky tape, and screw it right down. But this is just done with some basic tools. I mean, I've got a belt sander that's a 1" belt with a 5" disc, so you need both for sure. Some 400 grit sandpaper to do the fine finishing, and bevel the edges so that they're not sharp, so I did that as well. A couple of drill bits and I can't tell you drill bit size because you may want different screws, so you got to go accordingly to the screws that you're going to use. because the head has to fit through the hole, or unless you want to do it on the surface, that means a longer screw. The screws I'm going to be using, they're only 3/4 of an inch long, so I have about 5/32 from the bottom of the larger hole to the smaller hole that you make, because you have to have that shelf there for the screw to torque down onto, right? But I thought, you know, walnut worked out really good for me. The one that I first tried, I wanted ebony, and it would have been beautiful, especially once ebony's polished up to a nice high sheen with sandpaper. It's really nice wood. But it took me like hours to hand cut that thing, the chunk off of my piece of ebony block I had. And then, of course, I had to, you know, reshape, and ebony is so hard to sand. It is horrible and just destroys your sandpaper like quick, right? And so I'm thinking, yeah, let's, you know, so we screwed it up, obviously. And I thought, let's go for walnut, because walnut's going to be a lot easier to deal with. And so I've got lots of walnut kicking around. I could probably make about 900 of these things if I wanted to, but I don't. But yeah, turned out pretty good, I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I don't know why Epiphone didn't put a thumb rest on this thing to begin with. Maybe it's because it just has a base pickup, like, you know, as far as, you know, neck setup for the pickup. Maybe that's why you could rest your thumb there, but I'd rather play, like I said, further back, because it does change your tone, you know, and it's comfortable to have that rest there. I'm still learning to play right-handed bass, so give me a break. But anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.